Why, hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all feeling nice and well today on this beautiful sunshiny day. Well, at least it is for me. Got a nice little image in the background where you can see a multitude of mammals and some really big birds by the looks of it. But we have a really cool and interesting animal today by the name of the direwolf, Latinly or binomially known as Canis dirus. If you watch a certain, only slightly popular TV series, which I enjoy a lot, by the name of Game of Thrones, then you would have definitely heard of this animal. As always though, I hope you find the video interesting and enjoyable. Right, this is a lovely black and white image we got in the background, although slightly grim as well at the same time. The direwolf low is actually assigned to a time period known as the Rancho Librian, also known as the North American Land Mammal Age, rather cool name. This period ranges from 240,000 to 11,000 years ago, and is named after the Rancho Libre fossil site located in Los Angeles, California. The direwolf hunted during an epoch known as the Pleistocene, and along with many other mega herbivores and large carnivores, became extinct towards the end of this unique and exciting period. A cave, with a rather cool name if you ask my humble opinion, called Salamander Cave, located in the Black Hills of South Dakota, actually contains the oldest fossil of the direwolf, dating back 252,000 years ago. Size-wise, or length-wise to be more specific for you ladies and gents, the direwolf was 1.5 metres long, or 5 foot long, and weighed between 50 to nearly 80 kilograms. This makes the direwolf the largest species in the genus Canis, and comparing the direwolf to the modern grey wolf, today's largest grey wolves would have been of a similar size to only an average sized direwolf, with a large direwolf being considerably larger than any modern grey wolf. With direwolves on average, they're estimated to be nearly 25% heavier than modern grey wolves, making them quite a hefty animal indeed. Finally, the direwolf was a carnivore and would have fed on the megafauna of the Pleistocene epoch I should say. The direwolf was first named and described, and named Canis dirus, by Joseph Laidley in 1858, with the first type specimen being a fossilised jawbone. This specimen was attained by Joseph Granville Norwood from a collector called Francis Norwood, who at the time was the first state geologist of Illinois. The specimen was eventually sent to Joseph Laidley at the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia, who determined the specimen actually represented an extinct species of wolf, and assigned the name Canis dirus in 1858. The direwolf used to be pretty abundant throughout North and South America, but eventually became extinct around 10,000 years ago with the disappearance and extinction of the Pleistocene megafauna. Just thought I'd show you this wonderful little image, ladies and gentlemen. This lovely image actually shows the size comparison between a human, such as us, Homo sapiens, and many different wolf species, including the most brilliant direwolf, which I've highlighted and indicated with like a little blue arrow. We've got some other interesting species on here as well. We've got the Ethiopian wolf, but I think is very highly endangered on the IUCN list. We've got the mange wolf that I have had the pleasure of visiting in a wildlife park by the name of Shetworth. They are very interesting animals indeed. We've got the Arctic wolf, that is also a very cool species. And we've got other such species such as the Himalayan wolf, I think that's the Indian wolf, the Ethiopian wolf, the Arabian wolf, the East Timor wolf, the Mexican wolf, we've got our lovely little direwolf, the Iberian wolf, which would be in Spain, the main wolf I've already mentioned. I think that is the Italian wolf, but I know the text is a bit iffy. I cannot read the one furthest to the right. It's something the Canis Valley wolf, the Eurasian wolf, meaning about Europe, and we've got the Arctic wolf again. And they're all wonderful, lovely little species. Here are some big juicy fun facts you ladies and gentlemen sink your teeth into. I hope you enjoy. These lovely wolves, being the direwolves in particular, play a key role in the Game of Thrones series, with each of the Stark children owning a direwolf. Probably the most famous direwolf being Ghost, which belongs to a certain character called Jon Snow, who knows nothing about anything in the world of Westeros. Although the direwolf was around 25% more stocky and bulky than a modern grey wolf, for example, he had shorter legs, so was slightly slower and perhaps performed more of a scavenger lifestyle. In terms of ecology and everything, because it would have not had the sheer speed to chase down prey what a grey wolf would have been able to, like in the modern day. The direwolf also certainly shared the landscape with saber-toothed cats, a wonderful and unique animal at the time, would have competed for resources at the same time as this animal. And finally, horses and a large megafauna of the Pleistocene would have certainly been on the menu of the direwolf and would have certainly been prey for them. Here's a lovely little skeleton for you, ladies and gentlemen. We got the skull of the direwolf, and you can see its impressive canines and multitude of teeth. And he got his little short stubby legs. But moving on to the actual information on this slide. The direwolf had an extremely powerful bite with over 129% of the bite force that a modern grey wolf possessed, giving it one hell of a bite. It's believed that direwolves were not actually specialised hunters and would have preyed upon any species of megafauna that were abundant in number at the time. Generally being specialised, in my opinion, in terms of evolution and survival, you're way more likely to go extinct just because as a certain prey species dwindles in number, that's your prey gone, or if the environment changes rapidly and you can't adapt to it, that normally means you're going to go extinct. So it's far better to be okay at hunting a number of different animals and just good at hunting one certain animal. The direwolf's teeth also are very similar to grey wolves but are slightly larger. The sheer size of the teeth of the direwolf likely made it a really cool turn by the name of a hypercarnivore, which dietary-wise means 70% of its actual diet consists of meat and animal matter. Here's a lovely little drawing of a direwolf, although it does look slightly terrifying and it wants to rip my throat out. And moving on to habitat. The actual habitat of the direwolf would have varied greatly in North America, from great plains and grasslands to forested mountainous areas, while down in South America, arid savanna and tropical marshes would have been the likely habitat of the direwolf. The actual fossil record suggests that the genus Canis diverged from a small fox-like creature called, and pardon my pronunciation because I'll probably get this wrong, Leptocyon, or Leptocyon, it's spelled Leptocyon, so you can say your pronunciation from that, in North America in the late Miocene epoch around 9 to 10 million years ago. Along with two other genera, Eurocyon and Vulpes canids, soon began spreading throughout Asia and Europe around 8 million years ago and become the ancestors of modern wolves, jackals, foxes and the lovely raccoon dog. Just thought I'd finish off on this lovely cool image, ladies and gents, showing the sigil of House Stark in the series Game of Thrones with the words of the house being "Winter is coming." As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're old enough to watch Game of Thrones, I suggest you do, and if you're not old enough, you're certainly not allowed to watch it. Feel free to comment and like the video, and join the Raptor pack today by subscribing, and as always, have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Goodbye for now.